Hello, Leo Sun, Leo Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. But let's start off with a little astrology first. With a Leo rising, that means you're kind of what you see is what you get, especially with your sun most likely being in the same house. You may be very boisterous. You're very friendly. You can also be very stubborn and fixed in your opinions or views. You like things. You have things that you do on a regular basis and you like your schedule or your routine. But when interacting with other people, you do have a very warm personality and you have a desire to bring a smile to people's faces. You may be kind of known as the entertainer in the group. And then with your son, most likely there in the first house too, your sense of self identity of you, how you feel best about yourself has to do with how others perceive you and your appearance. You may put a lot of pride in your appearance and in making people happy, that desire to bring that joy, to turn on, if you will, and help people celebrate life. You don't like to get too deep into the weeds, into the serious stuff. You want to bring a lighthearted feeling to the group. And that makes you feel better when you can see people smile and cheer people up in that way. Or at least you feel more like yourself and like you're contributing something meaningful to the group. Okay, let's get into your cards. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month, and I'm just going to label them 1 through 12. You can choose July or August as your starting month. And whichever one you want could be the one that your birthday is in, or just whichever one feels right to you. I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck to go over an extra theme or other information that may come up. Now, these are our new cards for my second year doing this, and I think they will fit. So we have month 1 and month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then month 7. Oh yeah, they just fit. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups. So I'm going to take a moment and look at the overall vibe or feel of the cards and see if any messages come through. And then we'll get into the individual cards or months. Okay, the initial feeling I'm getting here is you're going to be challenged this year. You're going to have to, you're going to be tested, if you will, to see if you're really ready, if you're really over some things, if you're ready to leave some things behind so that you can move forward. If you're going to stay stuck in some old negative patterns or if you're ready to push past them. So this is up to you. This is a year that is up to you if you decide to overcome, if you decide to meet the challenges, or if you're just going to sink back and maintain that pattern, that place where you're comfortable because you know how it works. But it would really suit you better if you're able to change the way you react or respond to certain situations. So let's get into the cards. We're starting off here with the 5 of Cups, which is on the bottom of the deck, which means this may be a consistent theme or the primary thing that you need to overcome here in this next year. The 5 of Cups, this is about our emotions and our intuitions. And a lot of times this can be about focusing on some event that had a large emotional impact on you in the past, and that you're still carrying that pain, you're still carrying that anger. This could also be grief, but you're not willing to let go of the negativity. You keep going back to it. You keep putting yourself back into kind of the drama or the heightened emotions of that moment. And you do that so much that you can't focus on where you are now. You're not giving that energy that you are leaving in the past there, that is stuck there by choice. That means you're not giving your all to your current relationships or connections or where you're at now. So you may be feeling stagnant in a way, and that's by your choice. You need to find a way to release your attachment to that past event or person or whatever it was for you. That does not mean you need to forgive people. Be angry, but express it, get it, let it out, acknowledge it, figure out why you got so angry, why that triggered you so much, and then process that and release those emotions and let them go. If you are so angry and whatever about that past event, why are you hanging on to it? Why are you letting yourself gift them that emotion, gift them that energy? Because emotion has energy. So you are gifting them pieces of yourself by hanging on to it. It's time to let it go and turn your face toward the future and be present with the people you're with now. Be present in whatever situation you're in now so you can focus on your future and have all your energy with you because you deserve that. Whatever happened in the past, maybe it's guilt that you're hanging on to. There isn't anything you can do about it in the now, and you can't go back to the past to do anything. You have to acknowledge what you did. You have to acknowledge how you feel about it and forgive yourself, maybe, for what happened. Understand maybe why you reacted the way you did back then, and then not repeat it, but move forward and do some positive things, maybe, to change your life around on that area. Okay, let's get into the individual months now. So we're starting off here with the Empress. This is a major arcana card, kind of starting out the year with a bang. This is very much about creativity, which is also something that you may be very, very good at. You may be a very creative person, just naturally, because Leo is creative. Maybe you're into acting or public speaking or something that engages your creativity in a physical way, I would say. Dancing, things like that. The Empress she's the ultimate creator. This can also be about fertility. She can create. She creates life. She creates the world in which she lives. You have the power to do this. You are in charge of molding your life in the way that you wished it to be. But you can't keep holding on to the past in order to create and mold your present life around with what's going around you. This may also have to do with some creative problem solving that you're going to have to do here in month 1 to solve something maybe that's lingering for month 2, but it's very creative and it's something that may overwhelm or take over or how do we want to put this? It's a new way to it's like coming up with a new play or a new act. It's a fresh start, but in a way that other people haven't done it before. This is unique to you and very creative way to look at the situation. So you're really standing in your power here in this month, in month 1, solving the problems and finding unique ways to get what it is that you want or need out of life. And then in month 2, we have the King of Swords. So swords are an air element that's going to be about communication. This could be about finances. This could be about facts, logic, education, information, etc. And the king is a masculine energy. It's also a leader. So it's a leadership energy. And because it's masculine, I visualize it as something that's more directive or projective, extroverted, whatever word you want to use there. So this may be somebody that you're seeking out for advice that can help you with planning. This could be a close friend of yours too, but they definitely have that um, leadership energy. Like they're the boss in something. They know they have all the information you need for something that you're working on. And that may be part of what's coming out of this month. Maybe you have plans on certain things you want to do, but you need help coming up with what is it that you need? How much funding would you need? What should the numbers look like? Should our first steps be? What legal documents do we need to look into? How do we set this up? This is a month where you're doing a little bit of that conversation with this person, this leading expert here, and they're going to give you some very sound advice. You need to be willing to listen to them because some of the things they may say you may bristle at, but it's practical advice. It's solid advice. And you sought them out. So you need to trust them because you know that they're an expert in this area. If you have questions, they would be more than happy to have you ask. This may be somebody who talks a lot in your circle or just generally. Because they have a lot to say, they have a lot to share. And they're very confident about what it is they know and do. And then in month 3, we have the Nine of Swords. So we're back still in that swords energy. But the Nine of Swords could be a card where there's a high anxiety. You may be having insomnia or nightmares, things that are coming, doubts and fears that are keeping you up at night and making it hard for you to rest or relax. So this may be in response to this creative project you have going on, and maybe there's some challenge here in the things that you need to do in part of the plan, and you're just anxious about it. It has got you nervous. Is it going to pass? Maybe you need to get approval for funding, or maybe you need to do some sort of interview process if you or judging thing or get entered into a contest or a competition or something like that. Will you be accepted kind of energy? So maybe even this part of this plan is to go back to school, but you have to wait to see if you are accepted into the school of your choice or the program of your choice. And there's a lot of anxiety there because this is very important for you and it's something that you really want to get into, but there's some risk there. Breathe. Try to find ways to distract yourself so you're not so focused on the things that you're worrying about. Focus on the potential. Visualize that you already in the program, that you've already been accepted, that you're already doing it, and not on how you're going to get there, if you're going to be able to get there. Visualize yourself already there, already doing whatever it is that you're focused on getting to do here. Just know this is a month where you're going to be a little tense. You may be more agitated. You may be more short-tempered than usual. Take some breaks. Give yourself time out. Try to nap or rest during the day if you can. And be sensitive or aware of the fact that your emotions your emotions are going to be heightened as a result of your thoughts. So you need to wait to respond so that you're not lashing out unintentionally because of the stress. Okay. And then in month 4, we have the 5 of Swords. So this indicates that you may have words with someone. There may be an argument in here. Fives are about challenges. You had the 5 of Cups. Now you have the 5 of Swords. You have the 5 of Swords right after a 9 of Swords month. So there is some lingering stress here, and you may, in fact, have an argument with someone, get into a disagreement about how to do something or the facts of a situation, where some of the facts are perceived based on each person's experience. So you're just going to have to agree to disagree. And the key here is the advice, the key, whatever it is to not win at all costs. No one needs to win this argument. No one needs to win this point. You need to find a way to compromise or to, the words surrender gracefully are coming through. So maybe you find out that you were, in fact, not correct about what happened. So you need to find a way to have it be a gracious surrender. Or maybe you bring your sense of humor back into this, like a little bit of self deprecating humor of some type to lighten the situation, to get past it. Because if you try to stick your ground, if you try to be stubborn and not budge from your position, you're going to be stuck there in your position. Because the challenge is the 5 is to overcome this, not stay in it, not win at all costs. This may be somebody you really appreciate arguing with, but usually in a friendly way. So try not to let your ego get away with you. Try not to let the stress drive you to say something you may regret. That would cause you to lose this friendship. So, in a way, watch your mouth, watch what you're saying. Be kind if you can. And this is even be kind to yourself. But have grace here in month 4. And then in month 5, we have the Temperance card. This is another major arcana card. The Temperance card is all about not going to extremes. You want to have balance. You want to bring things back into balance. So this may actually be a month where you recognize the stressor, or you're coming to understand that having all this anxiety and letting yourself get wrapped up in the doubts and the fears and whatnot are really wearing you down and causing strain in your relationships with others because you're stressed and maybe becoming more reactive instead of responsive. This is a month you may recognize that pattern. Maybe this is something that usually happens whenever you're trying to go for something big, to make a big change. You just tend to get tense because change can be hard sometimes. But here in month 5, you're like, okay, I need to do something. I need to take a serious break. I need to stop focusing on this for a month and focus on something that's more lighthearted, more fun, something that's going to calm me down and just let this big project I want to have done or this big goal that I have in progress. It's a longer term thing, so it's in progress. Let that go to the back of your mind. Let things work out with it. And instead focus on something that's more fun. Bring some fun and lightheartedness back into your life because right now that angry lion side of you has kind of been out here these last few months. So I think you are acknowledging and recognizing this pattern you have when you do get stressed of putting all your energy into that to try and make it work, but it makes you tense. You cannot relax when you're in that state. Let's put it that way. And this is a month where you need to do something and you see that you need to do something and you do something to calm yourself, maybe have some water. It's a transformative moment for you because this is a major arcana card. So this is going to indicate a significant shift for you. This is where you may be truly embracing or meeting the overall challenge for the year, which is to make those changes, to overcome these challenges, to evolve your behavior and your reactiveness to stressors. So this month would be a turning point for you with that. Maybe you take up some meditation in some way, or running or something physical could be involved with that too, where you become more focused on your whole being instead of striving for success and purely success in finance or work or whatever it is. There's a need to take care of all of you so that you can pursue that. Because if you're not feeling well, if you're in an irritable mood, you're not going to succeed or it's going to take you longer, which just causes more stress. So there's that recognition and understanding here and making a change in month 5. That was a lot for month 5. In month 6, we have the 7 of coins. So now we're feeling more balanced, right? We're in a calmer state of mind. We're not stressing so much. So in month 6, this is a moment where you're doing some evaluation. You are taking stock of what you have in motion. Do you still want to keep pursuing some of the things you have in motion? Maybe you need to let some of those things go. Or maybe you need to do something different with them, redirect it in some way. Or maybe you need to or maybe you let some go and bring something else in, try a different technique, or maybe adopt something that's just some creative project that is just for fun so that you have something that is a part of your routine that you just enjoy doing and it's there intentionally to help you relax. And coins can be about work. It can be about your home life. They can also be about finances. So it could be that you're looking at the budget and changing things up. I no longer need to do these things. We're going to let that go. Then I can shift my focus over to these areas and maybe plan a vacation in the future. It is a month of evaluation and assessment of your life and what you want out of it now that you're in a calmer state of mind. And then down here, we have another 5 in month 7, this time the 5 of Wands. This feels like it is more of a friendly competition. So wands are a fire element, and you're going to be highly competitive here, just part of who you are, but it is all in fun. It may be something kind of silly or like an impulsive thing where a bunch of you get together to do this. And there's a feeling of silliness, of lightheartedness in it. But this is something you guys are all passionate about that you enjoy doing anyway. And maybe the challenge is to be the worst one at it, which can make for a challenge itself because somebody's just truly going to be bad at it. So you may not win this one, but you're going to have fun with it anyway. The goal for you out of this month here and this friendly competition thing you have going on is to just have fun with it. To just have fun with it. And don't worry, don't focus on what anybody else is doing. You need to focus on your own way to do it badly. Oh, I'd be curious what it is, but it does feel normally it's a little bit more intense than that. It could be a competition that you're entering, and the goal again is to focus on what you're doing and not what everybody else is doing. That's how you would rise to the top or how you would normally win because you're going to do your very best in your unique way. But again, this feels something that's like it's a little more, it's not so serious, it's very lighthearted, and it's the intention is for fun and connecting with your friends. But out of that silliness may come uh, a stroke of inspiration. This is an ace. Aces are things that come in quickly, that catch your attention, that spark, and that causes you to do more research. You want to go down the path, you want to learn more about it, you want to explore it. Is it a feasible long term thing? What else could we do with it? Is it something I really want to do? But you got to learn more. You're going to explore it. Maybe you're good. You get the idea and it's percolating in your mind. And now this is the month where you're doing the exploration. Oh my goodness. The exploratory work, getting on the internet, looking it up on YouTube, talking to other people who have done this similar thing. This may be a very specific um, passion of yours. So it may be something that's very creative, but not something you have done before, or at least you have not used this technique before that you're intrigued by. So maybe you're looking to see if this is a thing, how would you go about it, all of that. So it's a month of inspiration and following the muse here in month 7. In month 8, we have the Page of Swords. Now, pages are also young, fresh, new energy. And we're back into the sword. So you have some fresh new ideas on your mind, possibly driven by this. Now, maybe this is all about new ways that you could fund this, new ways that you could raise money for something, new ways that you could seek out information. Maybe you're trying to learn if there are some educational programs out there that you could join and you're putting applications in, but you don't know a lot about whatever it is that you're pursuing, that you're learning about here, but you are curious about it and you want to learn. There is a desire to move forward here. There is, again, curiosity being the biggest thing, a lot of questions being asked. This is where you have this sense of excitement and you just want to learn it all. You want to learn what the different options are. You want to learn who would you go to for training or for advice in this. Almost like you're feeling like a kid again a little bit, maybe a college student, like that freshman college student kind of energy here. Excited about it, excited about the possibilities. And then so this was month 9. Month 10, we have the Four of Swords. So you've been doing a lot of fresh new things and kind of going and going and going. You're starting to maybe tense up again and getting up in your head a little bit because you got a lot going on. Month 10 here is saying, okay, and now it's time to take a break. Take a step back. Let things play out, but rest, relax this month. Don't overthink anything. Don't get yourself into analysis paralysis, any of that stuff. It's time to take a break. Go on a vacation. Maybe that vacation that you were thinking about back here. Maybe this is the month that you actually go on it. It's a timeout. Take a timeout. Think about other things or focus on the day-to-day stuff and not on the potentials for the future. Just do the routine things here in month 10. Or get yourself away from whatever it is you've been focused on lately and doing something else. Hence the vacation idea. Or something, go fishing, whatever this is. And then we have the Queen of Swords here. Now we have the King here, very much, again, same thing, similar energy, except this is the Queen. So this is feminine energy. It's more receptive. It's also more nurturing. This is somebody you would ask questions to, and they would, well, how would I put this? They're going to respond. I want to say they're like the oracle in your neighborhood. I don't know if you know what that is, but the oracle in your neighborhood. So maybe this is the neighbor lady, an older neighbor lady. that you're dealing with. Maybe you admire her yard and you want to go there to learn more about what she does or how she got her yard to be that way, etc. Whatever this is here, it is feminine energy. It does feel like a woman, an older woman for you. Um, and you're just seeking out her advice. Now, she's going to be very practical. She's not going to necessarily respond to things um, in an overt emotional way in any way. Again, it's all about swords. It's communication. So she's going to have very practical advice. It's going to be very logical. It's going to be very factual. If this is about her yard and you want to do similar things to you, she's going to have a whole plan. She's going to show you the things that she drew out in the book when she was planning her garden or her yard, whatever it is here. And these were the seeds that she planted. She can have a whole plan for you if you want to take it up. She can make photocopies for you, whatever you need, but very willing to share her wisdom and help nurture your garden or help nurture your curiosity. So she may talk a lot. So maybe you're spending more time this month over at their house learning, or they're coming over to yours, but you guys are talking a lot. And again, it does not necessarily have to be about the garden. This could be somebody at work too, who's a leader at work, and you're curious about how they got their start here and what advice would they offer to somebody who might want to pursue the same type of thing, etc. And then we're ending with the Four of Wands. Now, this is a card that a lot of times can indicate, well, it's a celebration. It is ultimately bringing two different communities together, and they're committing to a long-term future together, working together to build something that benefits all of them. So a lot of times this could be construed as a wedding or an engagement. It could also be two different cities coming together. It could be a church and the community coming together. It could be, if it were work, maybe it's, interestingly enough, this is coming to mind. It could be that your company bought out another company and now there's a merger. So think merger too. But it is very celebratory. Everybody is benefiting. Everybody is celebrating this move, this commitment. So this is an enjoyable time. Maybe there's a few parties or things like that, and maybe you're somehow involved in the planning of this, or maybe you were involved and maybe that's why you had so much anxiety up here. Perhaps this is the ultimate culmination of this project you started up here that is being adopted by the community. Maybe you have a neighborhood art project where you're decorating, I don't know, trash cans or putting up murals. Or maybe, since we were pushed to the gardening theme here, maybe it has to do with setting up a community garden for your neighborhood. And this is the kickoff. But it's something that benefits everybody. It's a longer term commitment. It's celebratory, it's exciting, it is very satisfying. That's a great way to end your year. All right. That is what I have for you for your year ahead for Leo Sun, Leo Rising. Please hit that like button and please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.